You're looking for a crypto platform, but you're doing a smart thing by making sure that you're not going to get stung by any massive fees, either when you're starting out or at a later date. It's pretty smart of you. I think you're going to go far. Well, look no further. I'm going to give you a rundown of all the fees you need to be aware of with Crypto.com. And to finish up, I'm going to give you a benchmark of what these fees look like when compared against other big crypto platforms, so Binance, Coinbase and Kraken, so you can judge which platform is best for you. Before I jump into it though, quick shout out to my patrons who support this channel, and a special shout out to Jay who has joined me in just the last recent week. So if you're interested to know more or want to join my Discord server, then feel free to check out my Patreon link in the description below. Membership is from as little as £2 a month. So, there are 4 key categories of fees and limits that you need to be aware of. These are deposit fees, withdrawal fees, minimum withdrawal fees, and trading fees. You need to be aware of all these as you don't want to get stuck paying massive fees which eat away your potential gains, or equally, you don't want to fall foul of the minimum limits, meaning you can't withdraw your gains from the app. If you haven't got a Crypto.com account yet, then feel free to use my link in the description below, as it will give you $25 of free crypto just for creating an account. If you are here for one of the fee categories in particular, then I'll put timestamps in the timeline below so you can jump around and see what's relevant for you. Let's start with deposit fees. This is probably the one you're most interested in when starting out. Well, I'm happy to say that electronic bank transfers or wire transfers come without any fees at all. As a side note, just double check your own bank doesn't have a fee structure here. Just because Crypto.com don't charge a fee doesn't mean your bank won't, so please do double check. But not all of us want to use a wire or bank transfer. We would rather use our debit or credit cards to do this directly. So if you want to purchase crypto, then you're in luck, because when you create your Crypto.com account, your first 30 days come fee free when doing this. However, after 30 days, the charge could be as high as 3.99%, but this depends what country you're purchasing from. If you're based in the US, UK or Europe, then your fee will be 2.99%. On top of this, do note that there will be a card verification fee for every transaction you make, but it's very, very low, either 10 cents, 7p or 0.08 euros for example. Do be mindful though that it's likely you could be charged an additional fee by your bank if you purchase crypto using a credit card, just like withdrawing cash from a cash machine, so do double check. All other forms of deposits are free, which include transferring crypto from one other Crypto.com account to this one, or actually crypto from another exchange to your Crypto.com account. But let me wrap this up with 2 pro tips. 1. Your bank might withhold your first payment to Crypto.com by their fraud prevention team. This is quite commonplace for a number of banks for any new transfer to a new crypto exchange. You might want to call your bank straight after you've made your transfer to ensure the transaction has gone through and it hasn't been held up by your bank. The second tip is that it's actually quite commonplace for you to be nervous the first time you're sending money to a crypto exchange. You see it disappear from your bank and you're staring at your crypto exchange just waiting for it to land. It can be nerve-wracking. Well, it was certainly for me. To help with these nerves, do consider sending a small amount of money first, or at least a small percentage of the money that you're willing to transfer. You've gone a lifetime without buying crypto, so you shouldn't be in any rush to buy now. So that's deposit fees, but what about withdrawal fees? So once you've ridden the latest bull run, you might want to do the smart thing and take some profits. So it's important to be aware of any fees you might face when trying to withdraw. Let's look at withdrawing crypto first. I've got to say, Crypto.com haven't made this part of the video very easy for me at all, as the fee isn't a percentage, but it's actually a fixed amount of the given cryptocurrency you're trying to withdraw. So it's good if you're withdrawing a lot of cryptocurrency, as the fee is fixed, so it could be proportionally a very small percentage. But if you're only withdrawing a small amount, that actually could be a very, very large percentage. There is a full list on Crypto.com, but let me go through some of the biggest market cap coins to give you a steer on the cost. I'll post them on the screen now in terms of the fixed crypto amount, and then I'll convert this into dollars, sterling and euro amounts so you can roughly see the cost. Obviously, fiat amounts will move as the price of cryptocurrencies rise and fall, but I'll post Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin and Cardano on the screen now for you to have a look at. So you'll see that they vary a hell of a lot from one crypto to another. So depending on the amount you're withdrawing, it could be worth your while trading one cryptocurrency in another to withdraw it. Withdrawing Bitcoin could be likely not a great option for you, especially if we're withdrawing a very small amount. But that's withdrawing crypto, but what about withdrawing fiat money? Well, there isn't a charge here, but there are minimum transaction amounts, so it could be important to know as it might change the amount you're willing to invest into the app. So the minimum amount is basically $100 or the equivalent in another fiat currency. So right now it's about £70 in sterling or 82 euros. So if you're planning on investing less than these amounts, then you do need to consider that you could have to add further money to your account to enable a withdrawal from your account at a later date. If you do withdraw money, then it should take around 3 to 5 working days for it to land in your bank account. Before we dive into trading fees though, if you found this video useful so far, then I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. It'll take roughly 1.5 seconds. It really highlights the content to other people who might need help understanding the Crypto.com's fee structure. So anyway, if you have, then thank you from me. Next, let's look at trading fees. So you love a good graph and you fancy yourself as a bit of an analyst of the technicals. Well, if you're looking to trade, then you need to be aware of all the fees you're going to be subject to for every single trade. For Crypto.com, this system works on 3 factors that go into consideration of what your fees might be. The first is if you're a market maker or a market taker. The second is your trading volume. And the last is how much CRO you have staked on the platform. Let's start with market makers and market takers. Crypto.com, like other exchanges, want their markets to be liquid as possible. So they incentivize people to be market makers rather than market takers. Market takers mean that they can buy and sell instantaneously. But market makers are the ones that are putting buy and sell offers into the market, either above or below where the current market's at. So they'll need to wait for the market to swing one way or another for their trade to go through. The maximum fee for market makers is 0.1%. So for every £100, the makers will pay a fee of roughly 10 pence, but takers will pay a maximum fee of 0.16%, so 16p for every £100 traded. I must stress though, this is the maximum as it depends on 2 further factors, being your trading volume and the amount of CRO staked. Your trading volume is based on the previous 30 days of trading volume, and based on this you'll be placed into one of 6 bandings. I'll pop the bandings on the screen now, but basically level 1 is trading volume between $0 to $250,000 and level 6 is trading over £200 million worth of crypto. From each banding after level 1, your fee drops by 0.01%. I'll pop the impact on the screen right now, but it means that level 6 market makers are charged a maximum fee of 0.04% and market takers are charged a fee of 0.1%. The final consideration is how much CRO you have staked on the platform, and this comes in 8 tiers. To give you a steer on the levels of investment, each banding comes with an additional 10% discount against the fee calculated based on your trading volume and if you're a market maker or taker. I'll put the bandings on the screen now with the CRO you've got to have staked and how much that is worth in both dollars and sterling, coupled with the discount that you'll get for reaching these bandings. So if you have a few £1 million rolling around, you can actually trade on Crypto.com for absolutely free as you get a 100% discount. So now you know all the fees from Crypto.com. How does this stack up against other crypto exchanges? To benchmark Crypto.com, I'm going to put it against Binance, Coinbase Pro and Kraken. To save you time, there is no real difference in terms of deposit and withdrawal fees, especially when we look at fiat withdrawals. The biggest difference comes when we're looking at the fees for market makers and market takers. To save you the detail, I'm going to look at the fees for the lowest bandings possible. There will be discounts on each of the platforms if you trade in larger volumes. So if you fancy yourself as a bit of a high roller trader within the crypto space, I'd suggest you do your own research on these different platforms to see what discounts you can get. The winner of all these 4 is Binance, with market makers and takers both having the same charge of just 0.1%. In second place is Crypto.com that has 0.1% for makers and 0.16 for takers. Kraken comes in third with 0.16 for makers and 0.26 for takers. And in dead last, we've got Coinbase Pro, which charges 0.5% for both takers and makers. Ouch. So in summary, I use Crypto.com as I believe it's a bit of jack of all trades. There's normally a platform which will beat it on certain aspects, a bit like how Binance has slightly better fees for takers in terms of an initial lower fee. But I think Crypto.com has it all. Competitive fees, a really nice, clean and easy to use interface, a wide selection of cryptocurrencies, and an awesome reward system, which I can't say for the others. Again, if you want to take the plunge, then feel free to use my link in the description below, where you can get $25 of free crypto just from creating an account on crypto.com. It literally takes minutes. Anyway, that's all for this video. See you in the next one.